What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This one I've been awaiting for a long time and I'm super excited. If you guys saw my last video, we were going through the process of mixing E85 and 93 to get E30, and that's because we flashed that E30 tune and I kind of left you on a cliffhanger in that other video. I wanted to give you guys a dedicated video and kind of give my opinion of the tune straight off the bat. This is the first file he sent me, and that is Ryan at PD Tuning again. We completed that 93 tune a few weeks back now, and that one, it's great, tons of power. So if you guys are considering pro tuning your Ecoboost, I totally recommend PD Tuning. Check them out for sure. Link in the video description. I'll make it easy for you. But with that being said, I have the E30 tune on the car, kind of picking up from where we left off in the last video. We mixed the E30. That was pretty simple. We tested it. It actually got E75, 75% ethanol. So very important to test that out at the pump. To make sure that you're getting the right ethanol content to add into the calculator and make sure your mixture is good for E30. So we did that, uploaded the tune there after we had the E30 mixed, and yeah, it's pretty impressive. So let's hop in the car. I'll give you some more insight of what the tune feels like. And keep in mind, guys, this is just the base E30 map right now from PD Tuning. It's just gonna get better from here. So let's hop in the car and we'll do some data logging as well. All right, guys, setting off in the Mustang. First impressions. Actually, before I get to first impressions of this tune, I want to kind of preface with something I mentioned in the previous video where we were mixing the E85 and testing that. Where it's really important that you drive the car on your first mix. Like when you've been running 93 and you're switching to E30 like this, it's important to run the car, drive the car super, leisurely for like 2 to 5 miles. And that way you get all the 93 out of the lines and you get that E30 mixture up to the injectors where it needs to be. If you don't do that, and you start getting on it right after you pump the fuel, then it's gonna be a little bit of a problem and you're probably gonna get a bunch of codes. So we do not want that at all. But honestly, guys, the first thing, after I kind of limped it around for about 5-6 miles, the first thing I noticed right off the bat was that it is so smooth. Like, just bombing around here, not being super aggressive, the car feels like it's running so much better on this E30 mixture than it did on the 93. And not that it didn't drive great on the 93 map, it really did. But that was the first thing I really noticed, was that, yeah, this is so much smoother. That's about as good as I can give it to you. But that's really what I sensed. It felt like it had a little bit more guts, even in just cruising around low RPM, which would make sense. But the true magic is when you start getting on it, man. It has even more torque than it did on 93, which obviously it should. But this is just the base map, so for the E30. So I was kind of like, wow, this might be going back to what I was, when we first got our 93 base map from Ryan, but it is not. So I can only imagine it's gonna get better from here. I see why a lot of folks do this. Is it a pain in the butt to mix the fuel? Maybe a little bit. It really doesn't seem like it'll be too bad once we kind of get used to doing it. But at first, it definitely takes more time, that's for sure. So make sure you're aware of that. Now, first things first, guys, I was talking to Ryan. I did end up giving him a call and asked him, what type of data logs he wants. And so he wants one data log, second gear again through fifth gear, wide open throttle. So we're gonna do that one first. And then he also wants a fifth gear pull, 3,000 RPM to 6,000 RPM. So easy enough. We've done this quite a few times. We've gone to Mexico more than I would have, more than I'd like to say. Another big thing that I kind of noticed right off the bat is that the air-fuel ratio was hovering around 13 instead of 14, which at first I was like, ooh, something's wrong here. Like maybe you know, I gotta be kind of easy on this. Maybe this will change as the E30 works its way up to the rail, but I think that's normal. I haven't got any sort of revision obviously yet from Ryan because we're doing the data logs today, but I believe that's normal just because E30 burns, like the mixture is richer with E30 than it would be with 93. So I'll get some more info on that and relay it, but that's just kind of my thoughts here as I've uploaded the tune, as I start driving it, kind of something I've noticed. So enough talking here, guys. Let's get to the meat and potatoes here of the drive. Let's do a data log, and we're gonna start out with that second gear. So I'm gonna put it into sport mode, and I'll turn traction control off. I think that's what Ryan wanted me to do last time. So let's go. So I'm in fourth right now. I'm gonna get to a little straightaway here in good old Mexico, and then we'll be able to start our data logging procedure, and we'll see what the power is like with this E30 tune, just the base map. All right, guys, we're data logging. Foot to the floor. Oh my God. Woo! That was quick. Okay, we got up to a pretty high number there in terms of mile per hour. I will not say that. Whew, I guess it's Mexico, so it doesn't really matter. But there we go. Second gear pull through fifth gear, done for Ryan. We'll send him that one. And then we got to get him a fifth gear pull. So let's just do that one right away as well. Gearing up to do this one, the fifth gear pull, starting in fifth gear, 3,000 RPM all the way up to 6,000 RPM. So this one's pretty easy. Third gear, data logging now. Let's go. Oh no, a fifth gear pull. That's right, dude. Fifth gear. Sorry. All right, fifth gear pull coming right now. 3,000 RPMs and laying into it. There we go. And we left everyone in the dust. Pretty good. I imagine though that in the next revision, this is gonna be like significantly different. I would imagine because I feel like she's got a lot of pull down low, and you know, we're still on the stock turbo, so even though we have, you know, we're running E30, you know, it still doesn't kind of negate the fact that the OEM turbo is super small. So you have a lot of torque down low, but the car is still gonna run out of steam just into the, you know, 5,000 to 6,000 RPM range. I would imagine you can't really make up for that small turbo without upgrading to like an NX2 or something like that. But who knows? It'll be really interesting when we get this thing on the dyno, and I've said it a lot, guys, in my last few videos, but once we are done tuning on E30, we're totally getting this thing on the dyno. I want to see what numbers this thing makes. And really what I'm excited for is the torque, you know, wheel torque. I'd love it to be in the mid 400s. And I think that's totally doable with the stock turbo E30. Now we don't have a downpipe. We're running the OEM downpipe. So after talking with Ryan there, he said that, you know, it really doesn't yield that much more power with an aftermarket downpipe on a stock turbo. So we'll see though. I'm gonna run that by him again once we're done with this E30 tune. And if we don't get the power we're after, we'll just keep going. How's that? And we're back in the garage. We just finished up those two data logs, pulled her back in, and I'm going to send those data logs off to Ryan here shortly. Hopefully get a revision back midweek, and I can make another video for you guys on how that goes. But just some kind of thoughts to wrap this video up. Honestly, once I uploaded the tune, ran, you know, about 5-6 miles in, and was able to get down a little bit, definitely felt a difference. The car felt much smoother. just in its overall driving characteristics felt smoother. So I'm guessing that's due to the E30 for sure. So that's pretty cool. Definitely a torque increase. And I'm honestly just excited to see where we go from here in the coming weeks with a couple revisions under our belt. So I can only imagine it gets better from this point as it did with the 93 tune. So overall, I'm happy with where we are, guys. It's been a long time coming. I've wanted to, get this car running on E30 for a long time, make some power. And finally the time has come. So I really hope that you guys are enjoying this kind of series of tuning. And I know I am. So if you guys are, make sure to hit the like button down below. Lets me know that you like the content. And please subscribe for more. With that being said, guys, I hope you have a great day and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.